Good evening and salutations, my YNR. I am very confused about what is Victor trying to accomplish. I know people have sat there and said that, and he wants to try to find a traitor. He wants to try to find a backstabber. And this is what he keeps on just saying. And I'm just like, how is you trying to find a backstabber? How is that plan going to work by you pretending that you are fading, that you can't remember stuff, that there's stuff that's going on with your health on a mental level? How is that going to find the traitor? This is what I do not understand. Why not can actually be a good show at times, right? This isn't exactly a good storyline, especially for Victor, right? Even when I wasn't watching The Young and the Restless, I knew who Victor was, okay? And over time, when I started getting to see soap operas and doing these reviews and stuff like that, I've looked at some stuff and read some stuff about Victor's great stories, right? Great stories, him kidnapping Jack and making a twin and all the other stuff that he was doing, right? How do we get from all that to this, right? Where he's pretending to be this feeble man who's losing his marbles, who can't remember stuff. How do we get to this point, right? He fires at him at one point just to sit there when Nate gets there, be like, all right, cool, I'll see you both at the office. Have a good day. What? I mean, that's literally a scene that winds up happening. You got Nick and Victoria to tell Nikki that, you know, Nick was like, yo, listen, at first I thought that Victoria was just being Victoria, but I think there's something may be wrong with that. And the whole time, she's sitting there looking at this whole thing, and she knows Victor's plan. And she's starting to sit there and realize that may be kind of cruel, and, you're going too far about this. Nate is like, all right, yeah, it's concerning, it's alarming, but let's just sit there and not sound bells and whistles yet. Let's just sit there and just monitor the situation. There's one point Adam's there talking to Nikki, and Adam's like, yo, listen, I'm concerned about him. And of course, Nikki just gives him nothing but attitude, just completely and utterly nasty. It's like, you need to leave him alone, otherwise I'm going to destroy you. You're going to destroy him? You're going to destroy Victor's son? That makes sense to you? Can you imagine if Victor said that he was going to destroy whatever um, Steve's character's name was, Nikki's son? Can you imagine if he actually said that to Nikki's son, that I'll destroy you? Can you imagine her response would how she would sit and react? But she has no problem sitting there threatening his child. Wow. Okay, that's wow. You got that going on. And then, the problem is the rest of this episode just kind of falls apart. That's the problem. That's the best stuff that goes on. I really don't care about Danny coming back. I don't. I didn't really care about the scene with him and Phyllis. Um, first they were at society, next thing you know, they're in the park. And she's just into talking about how good things are ahead, and she's looking forward, and she's dumped all her baggage, which she really didn't. Um, and she's still working with Tucker to some extent, so I have no idea what she's talking about. Yeah, my whole thing is she snaps at her kids yesterday, right? Talking about, I'm done with you, Cynthia. Accuse me, this, that, and the third. Bro, are you serious? You're literally lying to their face, talking about I've turned my life around, and you can't believe me. Well, not that long ago, you were just in there working with Tucker once again. Like, are you serious? And you wonder why there's nothing looking at you sideways, like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop with you. And she had the audacity to sit there and get upset with them. I'm like, no. Meanwhile, Daniel purchased a building next to or below Lily. They all hang out. They get together. They talk about the exciting news. And Danny's like, oh, maybe I could sit there and stay with you for a while because I'm going to be in Genoa City for reasons that I don't even really care. Unless it's a good storyline. But he has not done anything to impress me so far. So, Time will sit there and tell. Time will sit there and tell. Lily did not seem like she's too happy about going to have drinks with Phyllis. Um, I know that they got history and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, to be fair, I won't be too excited about having drinks with Phyllis either, just because, well, she's Phyllis, so I don't think all the drinks in the world could sit there. No matter how drunk I actually am, I don't think I could sit there and forget just how annoying that Phyllis can be. Wow, I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else to wind up happening. Like I said, the first half of this, the Newman stuff is great, and then everything else just kind of falls apart, and you really don't care. Like you just don't. Um, which is a shame because it seems like they're not really giving. You know, you look at that and you see they're not really giving them as much as an intriguing story. Don't be wrong, Phyllis has an intriguing story, but today, without the Tucker stuff, it wasn't really doing much. Um, I don't know. I feel like Danny is a good character for people who've been watching the show for a very long time to watch him come back and step into the role. I know that he had a huge fan base back then. I'm assuming maybe or something. So, but for me personally, for somebody who's just watching, it's like I don't see the big deal. But to be fair, it's the same thing with GH when they had Jack Montgomery, whatever the hell his name is. And he came back and people was like, "Oh man, it's so great to see him." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it." It's the same thing with Danny. It's like I don't get it. I heard that Nina's coming back. Oh, great, another Nina. You know, the sad thing is that when I saw this Nina, I was like, man, I don't really like you either. Can they actually have a Nina that I actually do like? If you watch my General Hospital reviews, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else. Now, of course, if I forgot anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows. Why Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. I have to sit there and say it that way. Otherwise, I feel like I'm missing something, even though there's only four. I'm probably just going to be streaming for an hour and a half since I do have to wake up early in the morning at a godly on time hour in the morning, which I'm not looking forward to. So I'm only going to be streaming for probably like an hour and a half. But definitely come through anyway. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll see you in the next video. And hopefully the next live stream.